Hi, everybody.
Yes.
I'm so honored to be here today to witness this historic event.
She paid the admission. She paid the admission fee because she's like a diehard super fan. Some may say she's a groupie.
Justice Curry, the trading toy god, a skeletor, your bones apart, and Rio blast you from the jump start. King Randor or Bonaparte, it don't matter, they tug at my heart. When I sit back in my chair and check out He-Man, to be like him, I wonder.
Hey guys, Justice Curry here. I wanted to quickly stop by and show you some freaking amazing stuff that I recently got from my new BFF. That's Best Friends Forever. Josh, how
How's
you
it
doing?
going?
Josh, you doing well?
Oh yeah, doing good.
How you liking the emporium of
It's
craziness?
awesome. You got a lot of stuff.
Oh, stuff.
I look good in my room.
Yes, yes. And the reason that Josh and I are bonding so well is he has the bug too. He's got the collector bug and he's had it for a long, long time. So he's got everything. Like the stuff that he's describing to me, like, oh yeah, I got the Sears Dreadnought exclusive this and that. And I'm like, you have that? Like, I need that.
I've got over 30 years of collecting.
30 years. Like, I've dabbled in collecting since high school, middle school, and then I took a big hiatus, and it was only the last several years that I went full bore. But this guy's been in it to win it. Like, he has tonnage. And that's why I wanted to introduce you to Josh. I wanted to show you some things. Yes, yes. So first of all, Josh brought over some things that he could let go of. Some things that he wasn't too sentimentally attached to. But we are going to continue this relationship, and we're going to grow and make it mutually beneficial. So what did you bring me today, Josh?
Got some newer versions of the G.I. Joes.
Oh, yes.
Awe Striker with Pathfinder and the Night Landing Craft with Cutter.
What did they do? They put like a real person's face in their Cutters. Is that his name, right? Yeah, Cutter.
The figure looks pretty good.
So
he doesn't look too bad.
KB Toys sold this for $10 back. What year? Do you see a year on the back of it? I see 2000.
2000.
Okay, 2001 for mine. Was G.I. Joe really doing well during this time frame?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But it's still... Why didn't you open them?
I don't know. I'm just not one for opening once I spend the money on it.
Yes.
I just can't open it. If it would open when I bought it, then yes.
And I have the same problem. If I buy it sealed, it is very, very difficult to open. So that's cool. Thank you for bringing those over. And then you got into the 25th and 50th bug, like everyone else, didn't you?
Even though to me, the Croc Master looks pretty good.
He does, doesn't he? I like the red
Blowtorch
Croc.
doesn't look too bad either. But for some reason, to me, they seem like they're 4 inches, not 3 3/4.
They do look taller, don't they?
They look like a little bigger.
Let me get a regular figure, and we can test that theory. Here is an 82 Snake Eyes in the bag. So I'm going to kind of do a height comparison. Come on.
Maybe they are the same.
I don't think so. Look
No,
at Snake.
a little higher.
He's higher.
Yep.
He's definitely higher. Look at almost a full head.
Yep. So it's got to be 4 inches.
4 inches.
And then I don't like the fact that they technically don't really have file cards.
Oh, yeah.
I like the original file cards.
What
Even though the back is looking kind of cool, but...
So this was in just recently, right? 16 or 17?
Yeah.
15. Okay, 2015.
Not too long ago.
And then they came out with 3 packs, I see.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, Zartan is like one... Is it Zartan or Serpentor, one of your favorite guys? It's
I like Zartan, too. He's awesome.
And Storm Shadow, like everyone else.
Keep one of those. Yeah, I really like Storm Shadow.
So you keep... One to open, one to display, and one just in case. Yeah. I see you got into the Maddies. The rarest of the rare Perfuma. Not really.
He bought it for $1,000.
I did. And I go, listen, she goes for like $20, $15. I'm going to open it with my daughter. We're going to have, it's like a little Barbie figure. Voltec. Oh, this is, now the test, the true test. Push his buttons. Oh, yeah. If it's not picking up, I assure you, it is still talking. The batteries. But look at this. This is nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Another 50th. Again, what is 94, 98?
Yeah.
Just the cheapness. Look at look at her.
Yeah, they're just like poorly made.
I
don't know where they got the molds from, but for some reason...
This is the only decent looking one, just because he's got that cool hat, but...
And then they couldn't even do the good file cards on the back.
And the plastic quality's just junk, man. What were you thinking, G.I. Joe? They're trying to cut corners.
Yeah, the Valor versus Venom.
There's a couple decent figures in here.
Stalker on the front.
Alpine and Swamp Rat.
Yeah, the Swamp Rat. I'm just not that big into it. It just doesn't really.
I don't even know where Swamp
Joe.
Rat came from. Was he in a comic or this cartoon? I have no
the
clue.
Comic.
Gotcha.
But it just looks like he's too big that he's not part of the G.I. Joe universe.
And it's 2017. This came out in 2003, so good chunk of change. This is $2. It used to be $7.79. I doubt you can still find people willing to pay $7.79 for it. But again, I love G.I. Joe. He loves G.I. Joe. What are we going to throw this in the trash? No, we're going to find someone.
Or you can open it.
Or you can open it, exactly. And kids can play with it.
If I didn't give it to him, I was going to open it.
Exactly. These two are bizarre. I've seen these figures before, but they are fully articulated Action Pilot and Action Marine. They came out in other packages as well, but
I think there was a third one as well.
Yep.
I don't know where that
These are the keychains versions, though. So this came out with...
to me, they look better detailed than these other ones.
You're right, though. You're right. Oh, boy. Again, I didn't notice this, but these, you seem to have a lot of the French or Canadian versions.
I don't know where I got them from.
See, look how
I bought them off of eBay.
Okay. Yep, there's Canada down there, and then it has the French on the front. So I'm noticing a lot of them are the Canadian.
To me, they're kind of junky, but I like the artwork on them. So that's why I had to have them.
And I'm a sucker for the artwork as well.
The artwork is awesome.
And there was a number of these little tiny units and whatnot. And the artwork's the same for the U.S. version. It's just the language. And
additional language on most of them.
Yep. Still cool.
The pom-pom gun.
Oh, yeah. I remember this. It's the same. Yep, it's the same one.
And then everybody's favorite, the vehicle gear accessories where you're missing parts.
I give these things away. Like, literally, if someone spends $10 with me, they get a free one of these things. And they changed the colors of the missiles. These were real missiles for various vehicles and whatnot. They just changed the colors, just like the accessory pack weapons, and pump those suckers out. This is one of the cooler ones.
One of the rare ones I didn't really want to part ways with, but I could.
Yep. And kind of what I say, too, you can always rebuy these back.
Oh, yeah.
And from what I understand, you have enough to fill out 10 households over.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you have tonnage. So, you getting rid of a Televiper, I'm sure you have much more.
Oh,
look at these protection cases. I'm used to Zola World and then the a few other versions, but I've never seen Protecto Pack.
I think that actually came with it when I bought that figure.
Gotcha.
Wherever
Is this
I bought
another?
it from.
This is the U.S. version.
Another
Gosh,
accessory pack.
you must have bought them all together if they're all the
I think I
Canadian
did.
versions. But the good guys. Astro looks so crazy. Got a flying ninja.
The most sought-off Street Fighter character there is.
Everyone wants Chun-Li, and I'm gonna get sued for doing a horrible impression.
Yeah.
Look at that. I thought these would be way more valuable. I like Street Fighter. I take it you liked Street Fighter when it came out with the video games.
It's only about half of the figures are actually worth anything.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just junk.
Yep.
But they actually got decent file cards.
They do.
Nothing spectacular, but...
Unlike many other contestants, Chun-Li has not entered the tournament for personal glory. Instead, she... Find out later.
Here's some more cheap ones that look subpar to me that I just had to get rid of.
So that's where that freaking phone goes to. So it's the same kind of dimensions. No, Firefly. So Fireflies would be green. And I've had that black version before. I'm like, what is this phone go to?
Here you go, Pimp Daddy Destro.
This will never leave my...
Everybody's gotta have a Pimp Daddy.
I do. Everyone's the Pimp Daddy. The Pimp Daddy will go... I don't know where I'm going to put Pimp right now. I think Pimp's gonna go up here in my personal collection. Someday I want to own the original Pimp Daddy that was released in stores before it was quickly recalled. Oh, the best peg warmer there is. DJ, what?
You got not only one of them, you got two.
Two! Don't! Two! This is too much!
Second one has snake eyes on it.
Oh, the minifigures, Snake Eyes. Again, I will have to beg someone to give me money for this, but I don't care.
Couple foreign versions.
Now, this was the interesting thing. When Josh started showing me some pictures and we were working out deals and whatnot, I noticed that many of his MOCs, Mint on Card figures, had this, the peg holes were much different than ours. Like ours and the Canadians had this, oblong with that. But you see the bottom peg part. So I was like, what the heck? I know that there's the UK versions which have a different peg design as well. I didn't recognize that, so I reached out to some friends and they said that's the Euro version. I went, Euro version? Okay. Coincidentally, someone just posted this bullhorn, and it's the Chinese card. It's the rarest, or no, it's the South Korean card. It's the rarest of the rare. I had no clue that the South Korean bullhorn, and they put it on eBay. It reached over $1,000 in like 30 minutes. There's only 3 of them known. Obviously, this is not the one.
What do they call G.I. Joe over there? It's not a real American hero.
Right, an international hero or something like that.
Still Action Force? Yeah, here's a couple more of them.
Yep.
I don't know where I got them all from.
No, these ones... This will be G.I. Joe. Yep, same one. Let's see, G.I. Joe. And see, look how the height difference. So the UK or Euro version is actually taller. I don't think it's wider. Nope, same width, but it's taller than our versions. And if you look at, say, Ambush of the US version, it'll have the same artwork of him, but the explosion behind him will be, I don't remember how it is. It's pixelated. It might look like that, but it's definitely different. Oh, come on. The color, the heat sensitive or cold would change them and make them translucent. The stealth ninjas. Ooh, I like it.
Everybody's got to have one of those.
I like it. But you also, we'll get back to some G.I. Joes in a minute. You have a fondness for video games. I understand your favorite system is the ColecoVision. Is
Commodore.
Commodore. Tomato.
128.
The 128,
yeah.
Which came out after the 64.
Yeah. Newer version.
How many games in comparison to the 64? Was there more games?
Yeah, more games.
More games.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Just better graphics and everything for the 128.
And you were telling me, you're like, yeah, I could fill up this whole toy room, like floor to ceiling, with just certain lines of video games.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. That's awesome. Like my little meek. Yeah, this is, I thought, was a lot of video games. Tons of video games. And he's going, oh, I got them boxed, I got them sealed, I got this, I got that. Wait, you got what?
Systems, everything.
Systems. And, I mean, you brought over the 32X Sega, and this was the add-on. You just plug it into the top of the original Sega, and then it would play different types of games.
I actually have over 80 actual JAMA boards if anyone's ever interested in JAMA boards.
JAMA boards. What are JAMA boards?
The actual motherboard for the arcade machines.
So you could plug them in, and then you would have the game itself, and then you could get the decals later.
Yeah.
So how would they contact you if they wanted the JAMA boards? What's your last name?
Hayek, Hayek. Just hit me up on Facebook.
Perfect. So if you are interested in JAMA boards, make sure to hit this guy up. He's got a lot. But stay off those Joes. Those Joes are mine. You listen to me. Those Joes are not yours. They're mine. Okay, let's continue. Oh, boy. This is the vintage, right?
No,
I'm kidding. It's not the vintage. But this is the
Another
modern
one I could part ways with. It looks cheap to me. I don't know why.
It does. The only redemption quality is the backdrop. I like how it kind of has
good
the
background.
And I kept a few of the backgrounds, like for Mo 2. This one's like a rare G.I. Joe. I can't remember if it's from Finland or something like that. No, is that the version? No, that's the modern. I'm confusing some of them. I have some from Finland. There's a modern one back there. No file cards.
Yeah, it doesn't even
You
have
love
a
your
file
file
card
card.
for
How
the
many file
figure.
cards do you think you have?
5,000.
5,000 file cards. That's awesome. But again, I'll appreciate it. I'll find it, give it to the right home,
Yeah,
and
somebody will want it.
someone's going to want it. Someone's going to
Somebody will
trade
take
me.
it off
Someone's
your
going to
hands
buy it.
for it.
Exactly.
More of the bigger.
Yep, the
Definitely
50th
the 50th
anniversary.
anniversary.
We looked at some of these. What caught my eye was your affinity for Fun School. Now, Fun School was the toy manufacturer in India. Now, India had many, they used the molds of our figures and vehicles, but they changed kind of the color coordinations of some of the figures and vehicles. So check this out. You got the Desert Fox, different type artwork. Look at these faces on there. It looks like a kid kind of drew those on there.
Drew them on there.
The background's different. I don't even know if it's this color inside. I can't remember what color it is. It might be, yeah, it's a darker type brown hues. So I guess this might be the same kind of color. I bet you it'll be a little off than our U.S. release. And I don't even know where my U.S. Desert Fox is to actually pull it out and compare it.
Already blast.
And again, look at this. I'm a sucker for this bizarre looking artwork they did. And here's the Fun School label.
It still looks neat.
It does.
It just looks like they drew it in a day.
They did. And by a 16-year-old creative arts student. Here's a picture of it. Important. Top secret blueprints. An actual Arctic blast. Add them to your G.I. Joe command files. Wow. Sturdy construction for rugged play. Super realistic detail. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man down. When
Broken
he was
in delivery.
he was pulling out some of these, and I'm like, what happened? But he made an excellent point, because some of them are like the sports games that like are $1 or something like that, and he's like, just switch out the gem case for this good game with the sports.
You said you could have it.
Right,
yours.
exactly.
Get it off my
But
hands.
does the spine come out? Oh, maybe we don't need to take the spine. You just have to take the top part of it off. Because look, here's the spine. This part's not broken. I think you just take the cover off, I believe. And then
if it's just the cover, that's all it needs to be.
in Sega Saturn were the disc games. I don't think I bought a Sega Saturn from you as of yet.
No, I'll bring it though. I will definitely bring it.
Yes.
Actually, I think it's sealed in the box.
Oh.
The one that I have.
We were earlier playing, we were talking about video games, and I brought out my, what is this called? The emulator. So he was like, oh, do you have this game? Well, my emulator has literally 5,000 games, which you can just, look at, let's go to emulators. And click on, oops, and I'm going to mess this all up for you guys.
Yeah, don't delete it.
Yes, exactly. Amiga, Atari 800, Atari 2600, Atari 5200, all and every freaking game for any of these systems are on here. Like here's, what are we looking at? Sega CD?
Sega CD.
Let's see. You load it up, and then it'll be alphabetical. Pick any games. The only downfall is you're playing with an Xbox controller, but you can program the buttons.
It out.
Exactly. We were trying to play Coleco games earlier, and we were trying to figure it out, but Coleco used a keyboard. So to translate the keyboard into this was such a pain in the butt. But, I mean, how
look at that
freaking
list.
cool is that? And it shows you some gameplay. There's Three Ninjas Kick Back, one of the greatest action-adventure movies of all time. Batman.
Every one of those.
And he owns all of these. Oh my gosh.
Now I can get rid of them all.
I can get rid of them. I was like, dude, I will get a U-Haul. I'm coming over with a suitcase with gold in it, because this plastic is my gold. You know, I rather. Oh, come on, Dracula.
Yeah, to me, it's always something about owning the original.
Yeah, and owning the original. That's why I had all these, and the emulator just kind of filled it in. But I don't know, as your collection, as your life changes, different things kind of go in your way. You don't have room. You start room. Where do I put stuff? He's going. Where do I put stuff? So there's wants and there's needs. Yeah, we want some of this, but do we need it all?
Toys, video games, comic books, sports cards,
Memorabilia, autographs, and it just keeps growing and
Posters.
growing. And a lot of times I have to get rid of stuff so I can put new stuff in, and we all collect differently. But let's keep looking at some of these treasures he brought over here. Some neat Sega Saturn games. The Mansion of Hidden Souls. What's the one you told me they turned into a movie?
Alone in the Dark.
Where is that?
They actually made 2 of them.
They made 2?
Yeah. First one had Christian Slater in it.
What? Look, we gotta watch this. Alone in the Dark. One-Eyed Jack's Revenge. Dun dun dun
Actually, I
dun.
think they both had Christian Slater in it. One and
Looks
2.
like there's some puzzles in here and stuff. I want to play this all night now. The ever-popular Mech Warrior that they translated onto many different platforms.
Some Final Fantasy.
Oh, he's a Final Fantasy fan, as am I. Like the original Final Fantasy 7s and the 8s and the
That's the
ones
only
from
one I
Super...
could really part ways with at the current moment.
Right. So we're just testing the waters. He brought over this one, Zell, from Final Fantasy 8. And I don't have him mint on card. I have all these loose ones. I think I have Squall mint on card, but he brought it over.
Yeah,
and it's
Squall's my favorite.
everyone's favorite, Squall.
Well, I
What else
like
do you-
Cloud too from
Oh.
7.
Oh, these are neat, right?
To me, I like the Steel Brigade, but the second figure, it just seems like it's not even a G.I. Joe.
Why? What is his name? Iron
like-
Grenadier. Oh, okay, it's an Iron
He
Grenadier.
looks neat to a point, but
Looks a
it's
little
like
bulky,
twice
right?
as big as the regular
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
I mean, they put so much detail and articulation, but
And then no file cards.
you love those file
Yeah.
cards.
That's
But-
what made it history with the artwork. You got to have good artwork.
Yep.
Doesn't even have any artwork.
That's true. That's true. The artwork is what brings me to collecting these suckers. Speaking of collecting these suckers, he brought over a Zorana. He did not want to get rid of it. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, please. He's like, all right. So I got to switch out my Zorana with his Zorana. And mine was decent. It just had a little mistake on it. And his was pretty neat. So where's my Zorana? I lost it. Oh yeah, the Sega Sports. So we're stepping around toys right now. We're just kind of
Try
like
not to
finding
crush your
areas.
toys.
Oh, when he brought this over, I knew I hit the jackpot. Like, whoa! Yay! Kidding.
Xandar.
I love all toys. This was a gem. Xandar and Zorana. Gosh, look at this. Another freaking French-Canadian version.
I must have been on the foreign websites when I was buying them.
You must have. Have you been buying these like since eBay's creation in early
since
2000?
eBay first came out.
And just
Yep.
grabbing these suckers. Wow, that's bizarre, man.
Another 50th.
Big old play set, and you didn't
Duke.
open these.
No, I should have. To me, they just don't do it for me.
Yeah.
Look at Duke. Look at his waist.
Look at his
What is
pot
wrong
belly.
with that?
He has a skinny pot belly. Look at him. Waist is all jacked up.
I mean, the Awe Striker kind of looks like it's a decent vehicle.
Yeah, I like those gas tanks out in the front
The
there.
Snowcat just seems like it's a cheap
It
knockoff.
does. I will give it that machine gun on top there. That what are those things called?
Turret.
Yeah, turret, but the guns that chain guns.
Gatling gun?
Gatling guns.
Yeah.
Chain guns, I think, is like the Civil War term. Oh my gosh! My buddy told me a story that when he was looking to complete his loose collection, it was easier to buy a mint on card, this version Stalker, than it was to buy a complete loose one. Like on eBay, the prices were the same for a loose complete or a mint on card. So we bought a mint on card just so we could open the darn thing. What does this say up here? White strapping associated. Oh, it's just some bag. Another.
Couple cheapos
We got
there.
Hitler gun ho with the Nazi mustache paint variant. Oh my goodness. Gosh, these figures are just. Oh well, it's
Decent
G.I.
version
Joe.
of Fast Draw.
I'll have to look at my version of Fast Draw to see if I can upgrade. Things are falling over there. I'm like, what is that? What is that?
Man's falling over.
Yeah, He-Man, don't fall.
Foreign version again.
The foreign versions. Oh, cool. But again, it exists. I know not all U.S. collectors are going to be like, I want this version of Leatherneck. But hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Some people will take all the versions of every one that came out.
Exactly. And if they have the option of buying the U.S. Leatherneck or the Canadian Leatherback, and this one's a little bit cheaper, I bet you they're going to buy this one because it's the same art. That's what brings us to this thing. And look at it, it's unpunched. It's freaking sweet.
There's your favorite.
Oh.
Dime a dozen.
Oh my gosh, I should start army building him. No.
Yeah, here's another variation.
Oh, yes. The longer. And it's really curious with these stickers on there. Obviously I can't speak that language, but the Euro versions of Rock Viper, and then this is U.S. Free Fall.
This one I get a kick out of. It tells you it's got a working parachute. I would hope the parachute would work for the guy.
Yes. Comes with a hole in the parachute, unworking. Yes. Malfunctioning parachute. The striking thing about this is the card is way different. I don't know if I have my cards on display. No, they're packed away, but they were larger. The US versions were almost as big as like the Night Force or the big Battle Force 2000. They were huge cards for all the why am I having a brain fart right there? Sky Patrol. Duh. All the Sky Patrol had the large cards. And it was...
Step on your toes.
Oh, gosh. Sci-Fi, UK version. I'm sure it has the sticker. Yep. It has a bunch of stickers on them. I'll have to do some more research and figure out what the significance of these stickers were. Maybe they were just sold in lots or auctioned off overseas. Snow Serpent's one that's kind of cool. It's grown on me over the years. I bet you people will start wanting to army build this as that generation gets older. It's 1992. Yeah, I bet you in another 5 years people will start wanting this version of Snow Serpent.
Ambush.
And then Ambush.
Weapons really shoot.
You know what? Did I get 2 ambushes from you?
Yeah, you probably did. I think I have quite a lot of duplicates.
Look it.
Joe's.
Didn't we just talk? Look it.
Yeah.
I bought 2 ambushes from you. That's awesome. I'm
probably
going.
Probably have 2 or 3 of everything. I buy so much stuff I don't even know I own
You
one.
forget that you have it, and then
or I find it on sale from somebody, so you gotta get it.
Exactly, exactly. Another one that I wanted to look at real quick is this. Can you hold it for me? I thought this was pretty sweet. The challenge set, I don't know which version, but it's the later. It's not the ones like this, where it had the gray and then orange zapper. But the challenge set was still the old school one that was packaged with Super Mario Brothers 3. Freaking sweet. I love it. I don't think 3 came in this one per se, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the fact that it's there inside and it has the original box, people want that. I want that. Anything noteworthy on the back? What's on the back of that?
I agreed to bring a lot more boxes of video game systems too. I just couldn't bring it all at the current time.
That's all right. Things happen. It wasn't meant to be.
Next time.
We will continue this bond, this friendship, this exploration into the plastic memory lanes. So I wanted just to touch base, introduce you to Josh. We're going to do many, many more videos. So it may be a week, a month, a few months from now, and we'll start
Hopefully
a new
not
one.
Too long.
No. But we may be wearing different clothes. We may still be wearing the same clothes.
You might still be here next time.
Yes. I'm going to turn the camera off, and it's going to restart up in us future self. But don't worry, you didn't go in a time machine. All right,
out.
Take care.
See ya.
Hello, Justice Curry back with you. Josh is here again. I know it only seems like a few seconds, but it's actually been a week to the day. He is thinning down his collection, and he brought some amazing treasures. Isn't that right, Josh?
Oh yes, quite a lot.
Yes. We want to explore and show you. In the studio audience, we have a special guest. Oh, can you say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
I'm so honored to be here today to witness this historic event.
She paid the admission. She paid the admission fee because she's like a diehard super fan. Some may say she's a groupie. So we're gonna dive into some of the stuff that Josh brought us. Now, Josh has been a hardcore collector for many, many years, and he's like, hey, I need to thin it out. I know you like to buy stuff. I know you appreciate it. And I'm like, yes, I want that. And some stuff I'll keep, some stuff I'll trade, sell, and just keep the hobby alive. So come with me on a magical journey.
I take it these are ones you want to keep.
Yes, these are ones that, these are some of my favorite ones. And if I do sell, it'll be very difficult for me. But Josh had an amazing collection of MOCs, so mint on cards. As you can see, I do have a mint on card wall from 83 to 89, but he also brought some years that I don't have. So Metalhead was 892, but this version, and if you watch some of my prior videos, he has this hang tab like this. This is from the UK or Euro versions of it.
I don't know where I got them from.
Yeah, and it's. I think he got a ton of them, and he was saying himself, because look, we hold that.
Yeah, probably all from the same person.
Yeah, probably. It says associated bags. These, I don't know what these bags are, but I'm noticing them. Or this, the stickers. Someone told me it's like, what is it? What's the word? What's the country I'm thinking of? Croatia? Yes. Yes, but Croatian, is that the yes, the language that might be there. I don't know if that's correct, but it's still interesting. He had some amazing vintage, obscure video game systems. Now, were you trying to get anything and everything?
I had to buy it all.
Yeah.
Any video game there ever was, any system there ever was, I wanted it.
Gosh, and I can tell. Like this, for instance, a Super Famicom. Do you know much about the Super Famicom, Josh?
I just know the games.
Mm-hmm.
I can't play any of them really because I can't understand the language.
Because they're all in Japanese.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had our Super Nintendo. Well, Japan, it was released, their version of the Super Nintendo was the Super Famicom, and they got it before we did. And one of the most amazing things, can you hold this again?
Obviously, they had a lot of games that we never had.
Yes. And they were always released before we got them. And the coolest thing about this is, look at the controllers had that neat Skittles look, where our controllers had the drab grays and whatnot. And I remember seeing these in books when the Super Nintendo was about to be released, and we all thought we were going to get the cool colors, but when it was released in the US, we didn't get these colors.
Yeah.
So this will be something that definitely becomes a centerpiece in my collection.
Now we just need some games to play, so I'll have to bring those next year.
Score! Oh my, I'm going to have to refinance the house just to Okay, I'm not going to remortgage the house. I'm going to have to start super selling some other stuff that I'm not attached with, so I can continue buying treasures from Josh. More Fun School. Fun School is the India, the second cousin to G.I. Joe. Flimsier cardboards. The quality of plastic is not really nice, but collectors enjoy certain ones. Like most of them are much cheaper, like a Toxo Viper US version. I don't know, 40 bucks. Yeah, and people like them, but the Fun Schools, much cheaper, except a very small pocket of figures can command some huge money. Unfortunately, I got some coming. I dropped some crazy money recently on some loose Fun School figures. I'll make a video of it later. Stay tuned. Mean Dog, just like ours, I think almost the same artwork, whereas the Mean Dog, this one comes with a free G.I. Joe figure, and I think they came with random figures, if I'm not mistaken.
Most of them were Toxo Vipers.
Were they really? That's funny. Mantenna, I army build vintage Mantennas, and I'm the Tangent King, so I have to show you my vintage Mantennas fighting the Tiger Force. The Tiger Force is freaking sweet. Oh, the classic, the modern version.
You're showing what I couldn't get rid
Oh,
of.
he brought something and tempted me. He's like, I'm not ready to get rid of this. And I said, fair enough, I respect your wishes. But here, they said mercenary, but it's Major Blood. But this version is what, Sideshow?
Yep.
And it's the 1/6, so 1/6 scale. It's beautiful. Does this open, or can you kind of see it?
It's sealed.
Okay, it's sealed.
Yeah.
So we don't want to open it if it's been sealed. But okay, here's some more of it. I don't think it's... No, there's no seal tape on this.
That one's off.
Oh, can you this flip open or something? Yeah. And while he's doing that, again, more tangents. These are my hot toys, sideshow figures. I just set them up in this case. But
Didn't
check.
even realize it wasn't even
Okay,
sealed.
yeah, check that out. He's never taken it out. It still has the original cellophane over his face. He's suffocating in there. But he goes, I'm not ready. I'm going, I'll give you this much. No, I'm not ready. I'll up it. Give me a number. I'll pay it. And he's like, not ready. I said, okay, fair enough. You've hooked me up tremendously, Josh. I ain't going to push
break the whole set. I got them all.
Exactly. You can't break the whole set. You got them all. So
I got Storm Shadow, I got the Snake Eyes, I got the Flint, I got the Zartan.
So what you're telling me is you're going to bring them all next week?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll bring some.
All right. Even if just to show me. More of the UK Euro versions. Heavy duty, vintage, crazy legs, which is cool. Oh, yes. Do you know what's special about this? Tell me.
Stephen King and his son created the character.
Yes,
and
they
I pointed
did.
out that you didn't even know that the face on this character is Vincent Price.
I knew that. Yes, Vincent Price. But Stephen King and his son did kind of create the everything about Crystal Ball. I don't know if it was just the design or the file card or whatnot, but there's
He's not really popular. I don't know why.
Yeah, for some reason he just didn't have a gun or whatnot. So,
He just
yeah, I don't have a
kinda
weapon.
Yeah, he looks cheesy, maybe.
I like him. I dig him.
Yeah, I like him too.
Pokemon. Who likes Pokemon here? She likes Pokemon. She doesn't know anything about Pokemon except Pokemon, what is it, Go? The mobile app game, which she is addicted to. But, yes, addicted. Like, I'm addicted to toys. She's addicted to Pokemon toy. Go. But doesn't know, never watched the cartoon, never played any... She said there's cartoons. A Jaguar. Oh, thank you, good sir, for installing a Jaguar system. Sergeant Slaughter Marauder, like we mentioned with the Tiger Force, they kind of just reissued the same figures but different color schemes with Sergeant Slaughter. And
Python
Tiger
Patrol.
Force, Python Patrol, and Sergeant Slaughter Marauder, saving money by just recoloring the figures.
Yeah.
I'm happy about this. I like the undertow again with the foreign card, taller cards. See, it's a little taller than ours. Gun Ho. Heat Viper, Monkey Wrench, another fun school, Toxo, Dr. Mindbender. Fun school vehicles, up the wazoo. I love it.
To me, that's some pretty good artwork on that one.
Yeah, this artwork kind of stayed true to our US version artwork, whereas many of the other fun school artworks, like this one, which is a total different colors than ours, or some other ones that I have laying around.
It's like a little kid designed it.
Here, hold this again. I want to show people this. These are kind of neat. They're weird. They're obscure. The Fun School came out with the Stalker Jet. I don't know what year, but we didn't come out with this vehicle. I don't know what mold or what toy line they took this from, but look at those freaking colors. I'm actually kind of growing fond of this. At first when I saw it, whatever. But this will be something I got to keep now. Because it's one of those things that collectors go, what is that? Like everyone's seen the dime a dozen, you know, his tanks or whatnot. They're cool. Here's another one that's obscure. Wasn't produced in the U.S. The Battle Hawk. It has a handle right there where kids can play with it. The artwork, look at that dude's face. Drawn by a 12-year-old.
Yep.
I don't know if, let's see, air cushion maintenance, free rotor. Whoa! All weather, reinforced blade. Meaning it's plastic and it will not fall apart in the rain. All weather. Come on, all weather? What are we doing with this? Can be used in the snow. The favorite thing, I think by far, Josh has bestowed upon me.
That I didn't want to really get rid of.
He didn't. I had to twist his arm, physically and metaphorically.
Is that why he was screaming like a girl?
He was screaming. He's like, help! I'm like, give me the Serpentor! The Serpentor now graces my collection. This one will not leave my collection because it is factory sealed. Serpentor is in there. It has that variant, the darker variant, Snake. I think there's like 3 variants. It doesn't have the, what is the yellow neck. That's another variant that goes people
the
go
box
nuts
is in
about it.
pretty
Yeah, look at this box.
condition.
I mean, it's very, very neat.
Even has
Nice.
the vintage tape still on it.
It does. Check that out. Beautiful. Love it. Tiger Cats, reused mold. Again, we talked about this.
Still looks neat.
It
but
does.
Yeah,
It does. It's
got
cool.
tired of them just reusing the stuff.
And I don't think you even put together this thing. Like,
Nope.
we kind of glanced inside, and it looked like it was still all factory sealed. The Fun School Night Viper. Now, since it's convenient, I'm going to show the U.S. version of the Night Viper side by side. So the artwork, obviously the same, but you got the Fun School logo and then our Hasbro logo. You got the orange and yellow accessories, where our accessories, in just the black and the greens right there. The figure, I have a Fun School figure someplace in my own collection. Again, the plastic's a little wampus, but yeah, it's still cool. Let's check out the back. Here's a list of their other figures that they had available. Look at, they mixed like 82 figures with what, 88 or 85. I'm probably messing up the years, but you get what I'm saying. It's neat. I like it. But oh, Fun School bat. I
Sergeant Smasher.
Does it really say? It does say Sergeant Smasher. Oh wow. While I see that Fun School bat, I want to show. Have you ever seen a Fun School bat, Josh?
Nope.
This is one of my prides and joys. Fun School bats do not come up very often.
It's in pretty good condition.
Check that out.
Wow.
And it has like a bubble over. Let's get it in the light. It has a kind of a plastic clear bubble over top of it, and instead of our holographic look with the different pipes and circuitry in his chest, it's totally different.
Would they take some of the Visionary products?
That would be neat. Yes. I do like that bat. And if you have a chance to buy a Fun School bat, buy it, because they rarely come out. TurboGrafx 16. Gosh, that's so cool. So neat. I'm glad to own that. Another Fun School, the Swamp Masher. It's cool that it exists. I ain't gonna turn down any toy. I like it all. Some I like more. I'm a toy whore, she says. My groupie says I'm a toy whore. She gives me that. I'm gonna kill you.
Must be the pimp right now, then, huh?
Yeah, he's the pimp of the supply.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. Yeah, check out that set. Transducer. Or what's it? Flip. So you put the regular figure in there, close the lid, and it switches out into the praying mantis bad guy. That'll be fun to open up.
More Fun Schools.
Yep, some more Fun Schools. What I thought was interesting, you had many sealed games.
I have quite a lot more too.
And you were probably buying these when they were coming out, because you've been collecting like where a lot of us started collecting, in our 30s or whatnot. You just kept collecting.
Yep.
That's cool.
Never
man.
opened, just kept them.
Wow, that is neat. That is really neat, just to preserve it like that. The Ghost Striker.
I bought one off of eBay one time, a sealed game.
Yeah.
You could tell that it didn't look like it was factory sealed.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to open it.
Yeah.
And imagine that sealed game was not sealed and the instruction manual was written on.
No! But you paid sealed pricing?
And your cat is bringing you another gift.
This cat has literally brought a crocodile, now it has brought a sock. It's like it feels like it's bringing dead animals in here. But you paid sealed pricing and then opened
for Breath of Fire 2 for the Super
Oh my
Nintendo.
God, you gotta be freaking
I think I paid like $250 for
Oh,
it.
It's still
'Cause
my
I thought it
aching
was
heart,
sealed.
man. Ouch. I feel
And it
your
turns
pain.
out it was all written on.
But you got a story. Now you got a story that's going to be preserved forever on
For better
YouTube.
buyers.
Yes. Check the buyer feedback. F-Zero. Back here he had just some random Atari games. Back here. And then I don't even have room to display it. We started just, while we were making the deal, after we agreed upon prices, I was kind of getting them out of the way. Oh yeah, and we took a couple loads into the back room already of tote loads. But these are all games. And then he brought me just some random things like, hey, here's a car stereo that I just stole out of a car on my way to your house, and you can have it free. I'm like, sweet, awesome. Yeah, that was in my wife. You broke in my wife's car. And we made some deals on, a lot of sports games. Or you can't hardly get rid of sports games.
G.I. Joe customs.
Oh yes, not customs. No, these came out. These aren't customs. They came out in 2004. Operation Crimson something
really?
or not. But yeah, these are neat. It came in the 2-pack with, I think, green packaging, open frame. But I like how they made the tank treads weathered and gave some really neat stickers, because there was a red vintage Hiss. I think it was a Sears exclusive.
Yeah, Sears exclusive.
Yep, that was back in the 80s. So this is kind of a take on it. And like I said, 2004, with the Crimson Guards riding it. He never even played with it. Look at, he kept the original seal on it with the twist tie. It says Crimson Brigade, high-speed Sentry. It came with the ASP, I think it was called ASP. Yeah. But no, that's a cool set. I enjoy that one. Down here, again, where do I begin? Games upon games upon games, and just some really, really unique, freaking sweet games that he brought in here, from the Sega CD to the Sega Saturn. He was schooling me. He's like, the Sega, which game system only had 26, or was it 29 games? Now I'm putting you on the spot. I know we've been talking for hours.
32X didn't have many games.
Yep. 32X had very few games.
What other systems did I bring? I forgot.
I don't know. We've been talking. And it's fun. It's
a bit of everything.
And it's fun to find other people passionate about it, just like him. A lot of Dreamcast games.
Yeah, a lot of sports games.
And in the sports game, he's like, "Hey, just take them.
Take it off my hands."
And I'll end up giving these sports games away for free. But not all of them are sports games. Like this one, people crazy. I remember playing Crazy Taxi for the Dreamcast at Mike Zupke's house when I was like, in high school. Oh yes. Maybe I was in college when I was playing it. Echo the Dolphin. I could have swore came with the system. I may be mistaken. Down here, other games. Joe Montana's Football for the regular Genesis. Yes. Third World War. Yeah. I made a deal for the regular Sega games. Vector Man 2 was a fun one. Mortal Kombat. Gosh, I wanted this more than anything in my life. When I was a kid, I had a regular Nintendo, but never had a Sega Genesis, and none of my friends had Alter Beast. And I just remember seeing a commercial for it. I'm like, I want to play that. That looks fantastical. Never played it until I was deprived. No, I'm kidding.
You got a couple 32X games. I gave you a couple 32X systems.
Yes, I did get like multiple 32X systems. I think one from the last time you came over, and then a loose one for this time. 32X NBA Jam, probably the only basketball game I will ever play, and will ever play for my entire life, because I like it. You can change the heads. There was codes. Put all kinds of cool custom heads. Shadow Squadron for the 32X. Super Nintendo games. Oh, let me show you. Let's go back out. Oh, one more thing. I didn't have this on display for whatever reason. A Moss Man. The French version, I think it was. Now, U.S. collectors don't go crazy for them because they want the original.
I must have been on UK eBay or something. I was never
Right.
on the American eBay.
Nice, the UK versions. But some guys will pay for this. They'll want this because they collect variants, or maybe they're from that country these were released. I don't know. I'll have fun exploring it, getting more information about it.
Star Brigade.
Oh, yep, the Star Brigade. And again, what struck me as, sorry, Liz, is, for one, it's loose in there. Even though it looks like it's factory sealed, it can't be, because it's, I'm guessing it's not factory sealed.
All the fun school things.
They're just loose? I don't know. But anyway, I don't think this is Fun School.
Actually, no, it isn't.
This is a Euro. Just look at the flag.
Yeah.
That flag is different. Okay, let me change the song. This is like some kind of crazy.
I think I bought this one off of Amazon.
Oh, okay.
That along with... What was that other one that we were talking about
Do I keep stepping on your toes?
No, I'm
Okay.
go to the computer.
My pet monster that has seen better days.
We got my pet monster again.
Yay! A basketball.
I got freebies, so I gave freebies away.
Yay!
Take it off my hands.
Who's this basketball signed by?
Andrew Bogut.
Who played for?
Milwaukee Bucks, Golden State Warriors.
And you personally got it signed?
Yep.
Oh wow, that's cool. Very neat. Panasonic was the 3DO.
Yep.
Wow, how
Had
cool
to
is
have
this?
it for those crappy Zelda games.
Yes, there was. And if you haven't watched this, type in Angry Video Game Nerd on YouTube and type in Zelda, and he'll talk about the Panasonic 3DO Zelda games that are so horrific, so hard. He couldn't beat them. He was just costing up a storm.
But they're worth.
They are worth some money.
I have those too. I can bring them.
Please bring them. Please bring them. I want them. I want to
Hope
put
you're
them.
not gonna play them, but
I'm going to play them. I'm going to beat them, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Angry Video Game Nerd, look what I did. I beat them. I
Somebody's
spent
gotta
3
beat 'em."
years of my life trying to beat it." Another modern G.I. Joe item, vintage Xbox, but probably my favorite Nintendo or video game related thing that I got from him today is the original Mario Brothers boxed. And it's not in just, sometimes I see these and they're just in horrible ragtag condition, and this is where it all began. I mean,
yeah,
this
I
is,
have quite a lot of games boxed in great condition.
yes,
A lot of them sealed.
a lot of them sealed. I love it. I know I'm having like a
You
moment.
need, like CPR.
I might need CPR. Oops, check this out
I
too.
hope he knows it.
Another fun school Hydro Viper, some wacky colors. A unfortunate moment we had was I was really looking forward to upgrading my Battle Armor He-Man, which I have vintage, but it has a yellow bubble. And he's like, "Well, I have one."
Switch. We were gonna trade.
Yes, we're gonna trade his with the cleaner bubble for mine with the yellower bubble, and I was gonna throw in some trade or money or whatnot. And we were getting ready to do that when I looked on the back, and the back is very deceiving because it's got wear and whatnot. But you look down here, and you can see 1983, comma 2001. It's the freaking commemorative version when they re-released all these suckers in the early 2000s. And he's like, "What? No, you're kidding me!" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm not kidding." Yeah,
I was disappointed. I didn't even know I had it.
Yeah, and it happens. You know, it happens to all of us. And just a little tidbit: the figure itself looks very, very similar to the original. Grab it. Yeah. So the original figure, if you look on the bottom of
We
his,
traded anyways.
yeah, we still made a trade. If you look on the bottom of the original figure, it's smooth. But what they did with the commemorative versions, they put a little lip around the outer rim of both of the feet to make it stand better. Again, it's hard to distinguish. Maybe the paint's a little bit different on the face.
And we traded Serpentor boxes too.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so I gave him my Serpentor box plus, a chunk of change, and, he's happy because he likes Serpentor. And we
keep one.
Yes, exactly, and gets to keep one. And this is only a little bit because we took 2 loads into the back nether regions.
Whoa.
Into my storage area because I didn't have enough room. Like all this was filled up and piled up, and taking stuff out. And I said,
I came here with a truckload. I might have to rent a U-Haul or a semi next time.
yes, I need to get selling.
He wants the Roddy Piper.
I do. The G.I. Joe San Diego Comic-Con Roddy Piper, and God rest his soul, after he passed away, that sucker went boo!
Scratch.
I need Scratch. But here's the thing. Is Scratch complete?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
And Scratch is a later release of the Ninja Turtle series, like 93, when Ninja Turtles was declining in sales. They came out with 2 figures
Yeah, they
right at the
declined
end.
really fast.
It did. And that Scratch, a cat character, and Hotspot, which was a Dalmatian dog, both had horrible, low production numbers, didn't do well with kids, but now completist.
Never in the cartoons.
Yeah, never in. So you didn't have any sentimental attachment to them. But people now, like us, that want to be completist and have everything, we want those figures. So with a limited supply and a higher demand, that means the value goes boop, 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 up. And where it would go is in my Ninja Turtle display here. So I have even some Double Dragon figures back there, a complete sewer set, complete turtle van, and then just some chaos going on there. So I'm hoping that he will find Scratch.
Yeah,
I have
Scratch,
faith.
and what else were you looking for? You wanted more handheld, didn't you?
I like handhelds.
I definitely have a lot of those.
Even though they're janky, most people don't care
They're all
about
the same
them.
thing anyways.
Yes,
They
I
just
just
changed the
kind
artwork.
of like them. And, you know, they're cheap enough where I can give them out as gifts or whatnot and spread the love. I like them. I like playing with them for a little bit and then passing on. I mean, for me to acquire new stuff, I have to sell and trade and get rid of stuff because this room is bursting at the seams. And until this fine lady over here lets me take over the house with this virus of collecting, which it will never happen because she has the antibodies to fight my virus of collecting, it has to be contained.
Just
Common
wait until
sense.
she's at work
This
and
room.
then we'll just decorate
Yeah, it's just-
it.
No, and then she'll sell it all for $1. But it's been fun, Josh,
Oh,
connecting
yeah.
with you again, hanging out, talking toys. Like I said, we've been at it for the last few hours, and
Well,
then wanted to.
Do it next week too, maybe.
I'm
Weather
hoping so.
pending.
Yes,
Weather
'cause
pending. If I
it's-
see snow, I'm not driving.
Because what? In 2 days, it's Thanksgiving, 2017.
I'll have plenty of time to go through my stuff and
And-
find the things that I said I'd bring you.
Because you were today telling me at the storage locker, it's
Yeah.
like a wind tunnel, and you're
Yeah.
like, your hands are
I was
freezing.
freezing.
You're trying to find. You're like, I
Yeah.
know Justice wants this, but I can't find it. And you know, you have to.
I can't bring everything out, and
The funniest story you told me though is we filled this room up with stuff you brought today, and he goes, I bring all this stuff out of the storage locker,
Yeah.
and then you went to what? Repack it?
yeah, and I couldn't fit it all back in.
So he took a carload of stuff out,
Somehow I couldn't fit
and
it.
then couldn't put all the stuff.
Wait, you took a carload out, and then
Yeah.
what you had left, you couldn't fit back in the
It
storage.
wouldn't fit back in.
I thought that was freaking priceless. I
That's
love it.
pretty
I'm
cool.
like, what happened? How did this even? How does
Multiplying.
this happen? So it's
Oh,
fun.
when you're a hoarder, you start packaging stuff like Tetris.
Yeah.
And then at a point, You forgot how you had it all perfectly stacked.
Right. I love it. We've had fun. You threw in some vintage Ninja Turtle trading cards. Because when I send things to people, I like to send free things in the mail as well. Because it
You can
means
send
something.
them a free sports game. I give you plenty of sports
Yeah, I
games.
got all these sports games too. Hey, here's Joe Montana's 1996 or something like that. Well, Josh, it's been fun. Thanks for
Oh,
coming
yeah.
over, my friend.
We'll be doing
And
it
we'll
again.
do another one. We'll do part 3 here. We'll link them all together. We'll add them to YouTube so you guys can share in our
Here
excitement.
comes another sock.
Uh-oh. We got a third sock from Chatty Cathy over there. All right, say goodbye. Goodbye. Hey guys, Justice Curry here again. Josh, so this is the third time.
On his weekly update on Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, it's the greatest feeling in the world. He's been doing this for a long time, collecting. He's, thinning out his collection. I am there to buy part of his collection. And this is just a drop in a bucket. I'm getting video games upon video games. He's like, you haven't dented it. That's how much he has, which is so awesome. And we're having fun talking about each and every one of them. So he just got done with the deal. I want to go through and show you some of the key pieces, some things that I really enjoy. And even if I don't enjoy it, there's no such thing as don't enjoy it. I like all video games, all toys.
He'll be displaying all the ones he wants to keep.
Exactly, and then trading and selling the other ones that I don't. Like already, some of the stuff I got that you saw in the prior videos, I've traded for bootleg He-Man toys that are the things that I like, the knockoff, the Remco Galaxy Warriors type stuff. So I've already made a trade and getting some stuff in. I love it. It's my passion. So let's, without further ado, start showing you some things. First up, one of the most crispy, beautiful boxes I have ever seen, which is the Sky Havoc. The Sky Patrol version.
Is it for sale?
No, this is not from NFS. Not for sale. So the Havoc had a Sky Patrol version, which is chromed out. I haven't even looked at it really. Unfortunately, one of the major problems with these, I doubt it's going to be a problem with
I
this.
think it's the foil.
The foil gets
tape
tarnished. Foil gets tarnished. A number of fun schools again. you want to hold some up. Coincidentally, I just bought this one not too long ago because I like the version of the colors of his legs. Crazy Legs made him look Tiger Force. So I'll see if this carded version's better than the one I have, or I can't remember. I might have even opened them.
They're just so flimsy with the cards.
Yeah, look at this. All flimsy.
Yeah.
But again, to own them, just to have the artwork on them.
If I kept them in a regular collector's case right away, maybe they wouldn't
possibly.
I'm
definitely going to open up this one. I like the lime green color of Beachhead. And then the Airtight. So those are some of them. Another neat one. There's this Bebop. Yep. Bebop. Unfortunately, common with many of the figures cases from the 80s is it gets that yellow hue from it. Exposure to any amount of sunlight kind of does that.
Wish they made them better.
It exists. The most coveted G.I. Joe of all. Not really, but again, someone's...
DJ?
No, yes. We got a number of DJs recently.
I could have brought you some more.
He could have brought more. Countdown. 88 or 89, yep. Wasn't sentimental to me, but again, there's guys out there that remember opening this probably on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's going to be sentimental to.
Maybe they'll want the micro figure
So
too.
tell me, how did you end up getting these empty boxes? We got empty boxes of games.
Somehow I must have taken the games out and never put them back. Or my ex-girlfriend was playing all.
Oh, and just never put them back in the case.
So there's there somewhere in one of my units. I will find them.
Horde Trooper. I don't know if this has been opened. This is the 2-pack. Now, Horde Troopers came out in single packs and 2-packs for the Maddie collectibles. And I ended up buying like 10 of the Hordes when they came out originally. Let's check out that 2-pack. It's neat. I like it. I dig it.
Lord Dactus.
Dactus, another Maddie character. Lizard Man.
I had too many subscriptions.
Nah. Sweet. A Recoil. When I bought Recoil originally, for my wall, my collection there, I bought him from eBay, and the rubber band had broken in transit, and he was all jangly in the darn thing. It bummed me out.
Fangman.
Fangman.
It's not a bad looking one, I don't think.
Yeah, he's kind of cool, that dragon-like face
I like
to
them
him.
when they have the same style body as He-Man and Skeletor. I don't like them when they get too big or too thin or too...
Right. A number of random figures that I don't know much about. I mean, I played Virtual Fighter, but this figure, I didn't even know they made a figure, Virtual Fighter. And then some of these other ones. What is this?
Is that a Wildcat? Yeah,
Wildcat.
Stanley's Wildcats.
Oh, okay. What is that, a 90s?
Yeah, he tried to pump out like a new X-Men series that flopped really quick.
Yeah. I think these kind of flopped too when they re-released Thundercats.
Yeah, it only lasted like 2 seasons.
Yeah. That's
Ram
cool.
Man.
I enjoy having Ram Man.
Is that a seller?
I don't have. No, that's a keeper. Something neat about this Zartan, I'll definitely keep, just because they never made a Zartan carded figure for the U.S. And I mean, he is wampus looking as all get out. Look at his head; he's like bald in there.
I've seen the custom Zartan ones for sale right now.
Yep, there's
Guy
customs.
made a custom one and all that.
I like it. I'll keep it. Oops. Some other
Modulac. He's gonna have fun playing with that one.
Modulac and.
What do they say? There's 100 different poses they can do.
Oh, I had no idea there was 100 different poses. Check this out. Here, while you're grabbing, show them some of your.
My customs.
The non-for-sale one.
I sold him a few.
So when Josh came over last time, he sold me a Modulac, and I opened them since then. I busted him out of his prison, so there's the vintage one. I army build these vintage ones, and I just had to open them up. It was hard, but I did it.
Custom Freddy Krueger. Custom Jason.
So they used the same G.I. Joe style with the card art and whatnot, and then some customizer, painted up a figure and used body parts that were similar, and then even did the file card, and other ones that were available, such as Chuck Norris,
This
Rambo.
is the one he really wants.
I did
but I
want
can't
that.
part ways with this one.
I
To me, he
want-
looks just like a G.I. Joe.
Isn't
and
it-
obviously he is, because you said that's Outback and
Yep.
Gung-Ho.
Yep, Outback's face, Gung-Ho's body, I don't know whose legs.
But they did a real good job on it.
I
thought.
want to
Even as
own
a
that.
file card.
So
I
bad.
have the Pliskin. I know I saw a Rambo somewhere. Michael Myers I should have. I just sold you the Vader.
Yep, I bought Vader from him.
And one of the Freddys.
And the hooded.
And I do have the Indiana Jones one.
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
know why I
yes.
didn't bring that.
There's a Hitler one going out, which kind of caused some controversy among the community. And there's one on sale on Amazon right now. I think, yeah, $800. It's one of those things just to create publicity. No one's gonna pay $800
Maybe
on that
40
figure.
or 50. but not 800.
Exactly.
And he wants a copy of this G.I. Joe Killers
Yes.
music CD.
Isn't that cool? More uniqueness. The Neo Geo freaking rocks. This is the CD version, so I think this was a later version of the Neo Geo. There was the cartridge one originally, but a number of games that did come.
I'll bring you the cartridge one next time.
Yes.
I can only find you the CD, but I actually like the CD one better. To
And you
me,
said
was
it had a-
faster gameplay and
Faster,
better
okay.
graphics. I thought.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the cartridge one is more valuable.
Yep. What I originally, we pulled this out right in the beginning of our dealings, and he goes, I can't get rid of that yet. And I'm like, oh, and we haggled some more
I like
with it at the
couples.
end, so we were able to come to an agreement at the end and get it. Here, will you hold this for a second? Let's just show people this one. And it's neat. They put them in this nice styrofoam type foam. Yeah, it's goofy.
Should
It's
have
cool.
file cards too, I think. Probably behind the figures.
Really excited to own these. I'm definitely going to upgrade my own, after I clean it off a little bit, my own Spike-Or. And I'll check to see if this one's better than my Tongue Lasher as well. But vintage He-Man, I absolutely adore and
I don't
love.
remember them coming in a plastic bag though.
Yeah,
Was
they
yours in
did.
the bag too.
Sometimes just the feet were covered in a bag, but yeah, that's, let's look and see if mine's in a bag. Spike-Or, here you go. Look at that. He has the same bag, and mine's unpunched as well.
What's the reason for the bag? You think? Oh, you said for the feet.
Yeah, to hold the feet and the weapon in there. There had to be another logical explanation that I'm just not thinking. Let's see, like Scareglow.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, there's a little bit of a bag, almost in all of them. I just don't know the rationale behind it. That's gonna be a tough call. I don't know which one's better, yours or my Spike-Or. Both similar condition.
Find one, open it.
No, I will never open it. Downtown with the minifigure. He said I can't have this, but I can borrow it, which I'm
Since
grateful
I sold
for.
The Turbo Graphics.
Yes, got a Turbo Graphics.
That was one of my favorite games.
So you told me this is a sequel to
Operation
Operation Wolf,
Yeah.
and it's not. Do you use the gun
Yeah.
in this
Well,
game?
no, you can use the controller on it.
Is there a gun for Turbo
No,
Graphics?
no.
Okay, gotcha. A number of Nintendo 64 games that I'm freaking ecstatic to own: Zelda, GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers, Star Fox, Turok, and then 2 of the original Nintendos. Yep,
Custom
here's
Darth
another one of
Vader.
the. He let me purchase this one.
Sold.
It almost looks like the vintage body style. With the capes, reproduction, the lightsabers reproduction. They didn't use a full. Yeah, they had to. That whole thing looks molded, but it's cool. I mean, Darth Vader's fearsome cyborg and Sith Lord who serves blah blah blah. They put 1982. I don't know what year these were specifically produced. Let's go out. Oh, and these 2. These are the other 2 customs that he parted ways with. The first Jason with the bag over his head and the eyes. It's bizarre. And then they used more of the modern body parts for Freddy Krueger there.
Yeah, I forgot what kind of toy line that body style was from.
But it's cool nonetheless. I dig it. What else did we get? That's hard to
Actually,
just
a couple
show.
of Jaguar games.
Yes. out here. Oh, and a golf bag. A golf bag here. Look at that.
Somebody will buy that.
A Red Sox golf bag. What's the story on that?
Somebody sent it to me on accident. Bought it from Target. I contacted Target. Got a hold of the original buyer. They didn't want it, so I kept it.
So he's like, "Do you want a golf bag?" I'm like, "I don't think I've ever bought a brand new golf bag before." But yeah, we came to an agreement on a price, and I said, "I'll find someone that wants it." In here, dropping things everywhere. Both Lethal Enforcers. Which Genesis? Not the regular Sega. Was this the regular Sega?
Genesis.
Okay, this is the regular Genesis. Neat. The Link system, which I've had this before, but it's not a boxed version, which is neat. Just to have it boxed. I mean, it's one of the old school handheld games. I'm guessing predates the Atari. What year is on there?
I think it was around the same time as Game Gear and Game Boy.
Yeah, okay.
They wanted to compete.
Yep. Another modern G.I. Joe, but I like this one. Look at that skull back there, the king.
Yeah, I like all the figures for that one, actually.
Yeah.
It comes with the DVD.
Right.
Which I got the DVD.
That's
myself.
neat. Okay, how did you get the DVD? Did you open one of these sets?
I
Okay.
opened quite a lot.
Super Nintendo, some games for the TurboGrafx 16, like Fantasy Zone, Pac-Man.
Trying to find that picture
Dreamcast.
of Operation Wolfgun that
Oh,
I showed you.
yes. King of Fighters for the Dreamcast. This is pretty unique. Now, it was available through Radio Shack, and you said they played in television games on it,
Yep.
was it?
Yep.
Okay. See, Radio Shack right there. So Radio Shack must have came out with their own version. I've seen similar things, not similar looking, but Radio Shack
It's
kind
got
of.
mostly Pong on it and a few others.
Yep, Radio Shack would do that, steal games from Pong, Atari, and then television. But I've never seen this before. He says it works, so
Original owned. We've had that since I was little.
let's hook it up later. Yes, let's hook it up and see what happens. Over here, more video games. I bought a Super Famicom off him last time, which I was excited to own. So he had some Super Famicom games. Most are RPGs.
Yeah, Secret of Mana 2.
Yeah, Secret of Mana 2, which never was released for our US Super Nintendo. You can get them homebrew games now. You can find them, but I don't know how I'm going to play them just because they're all in different languages. I could stumble
I'm
through.
going to frame that.
What the heck is this?
The
Uzi?
Operation Wolf Gun.
So that's an Operation Wolf Gun.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding. From the arcade system.
From the arcade.
Oh my gosh, I remember playing
I'm going to
this.
make a plaque out of it and put Operation Wolf on it.
Yes.
Remember I told you that story
Yes.
about it?
Tell the people the story.
I bought this on eBay, and obviously it was damaged in the mail, so I had to go to the post office. They wanted me to open the box right there, and I forewarned them. I told them, I said, it's just a toy gun for an arcade machine. Either way, they got me on camera pulling out this Uzi.
Oh my god. I bet you those post office people
Yeah,
are...
they gave me the look.
Oh,
I'm like, it's
what?
just
It's
a toy
just
gun.
a toy gun. Further in here, some Deadliest Warriors, Xbox
I liked the TV
games.
show. That was a good show.
I didn't even know. This is neat. Jaguar CD, the Mist game.
Still sealed.
Still sealed. Wow. Some more Super Nintendo games like Shadows of the Empire. There's a code in there to make you play as a Wampa, which is neat. Castlevania. I don't know if I played that version. Some Doom.
Yeah, they had two versions. I got
Jungle
both.
Strike.
Still sealed. Jungle
Yes.
Strike.
And we talked about this before. There's Jungle, Desert Strike, and then what? Nuclear Strike.
Nuclear.
Just random, all types of
Still
systems.
sealed.
So basically, if it was a video game
I
and
had
you
to
saw
buy
it, you bought it. You bought it. And
Especially if they were on sale. If I
Ex-
found them cheap somewhere, brand new, sealed. Oh,
you had to get them.
especially all the role-playing games, all the fighting games.
Yep. Fantasy Star. So this is Fantasy Star 2. I think you also have
Yeah,
Fantasy
3.
Star 3 someplace.
There it is.
Here's Fantasy Star 3. Look at that artwork on that. That's neat.
Uncharted Waters.
There's another one that's just... Is it called Fantasy Star for Sega CD? I don't remember. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Another Final Fantasy. Did they bring you 2 of them? I thought I brought you 2.
Yeah, you might have. And then at first we're like, why? The game's not in here. Who shot Johnny Rock for the 3DO? And they used real footage. And it's probably like a choose your own adventure thing where if you chose one option or click the button at a certain time, it would go to one screen.
They have them all, like Dragon's Lair. And
oh, yes.
we got tons of them. Time Traveler.
We found...
Dog McGree.
Oh, my gosh. We found an... Oh, my gosh, look at this.
I can never beat any of them, but
Yeah. It's kind of like a holographic look to it in there if you're seeing it. Enemy Zero. What is this game? Oh, it's a Sega Saturn. I can see the Saturn symbol right there. Some Mario Paint. Other just random
Neo Geo CD and
Neo Geo.
TurboGrafx.
Oh, cool. Well, I think that was plenty of the games. Donkey Konga. And then he told me,
Fist of the North Star.
he said, watch this DVD. You got to see it. You can borrow it. And I'm like, okay.
It's just like
I'll check
Street
it out.
Fighter.
Yep.
It came out a long time before Street Fighter.
Well, it's almost December
Yeah.
2017, so it's getting
And he wants
colder.
more.
I'm like, I need more. I got the bug. I just more. And that's, with toy collecting, you want more. But it's a delicate balance between hoarding and collecting and whatnot. It's first world problems that we deal with, but it's fun. We enjoy it. We both have it running through our veins. Thank you again, Josh. Hopefully we'll make another run this year, but it might be getting too cold.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Obviously, I leave next week.
He leaves next week to go.
Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia. That's going to be an incredible journey.
1 week.
Wow.
I'll be back on the 15th. So
Okay.
maybe that week if it's not snowing and not super cold.
You never know. Well, I'm happy that we hooked up and met.
I thought I was going to get
but in a
buried
weird
in my
way.
storage unit this time. I I'm like, how did I get in here? And then everything was packed in. I'm like, how am I getting out?
It's falling out.
Wouldn't be the first time something fell and hit me.
That's hilarious. Too funny. Well, thank you, Josh, again for everything,
I'll
and
be doing it again.
and we'll pen this for the next time.
Yep.
See ya.